As soon as the camera starts rolling.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Nice meeting you. I'm Kit.
I'm Meredith. Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
for
you.
coming.
Hi.
What is your name?
Meredith Schiller.
Do you go by any other name, Meredith?
No.
Okay. So today I'll be your nutrition counselor.
Okay.
Have you seen a nutrition counselor before?
I am not.
No, so this is your first time? Awesome. So as a pure nutrition educator, today I can only provide 3 topics.
Okay.
The first one, eating on a budget. Second, eating a balanced diet. Or third, reading a nutrition label. Which of these topics are you most interested in learning about today?
I think the second one.
The
Eating
eating a balanced diet?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is your topic of interest for today. To give you a better idea of what we'll be doing today, so just a little bit rundown. So first, I will ask you a series of questions about your eating patterns to help me better understand you. And second, we're going to come up with a goal.
Okay.
And then lastly, I'll provide you with some helpful tips to reach that goal. So eating more balanced diet. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
And before we start, I want to let you know that you can stop me anytime if you're feeling uncomfortable during our meeting. And my peer Chanya is going to observe me and take notes.
Awesome.
And take notes about what I'm doing, but only Dr. George can see this information. And I also want to apologize if I'm looking at my script
No,
too often. I do
you're
want to make sufficient eye contact with you to show respect, and I'm listening to you. And before we begin, I have this, which is like a consent to ask for your permission to proceed with the nutrition counseling session. Can I have you sign here and today's date and print your name right here?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Awesome, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna put this aside. And so, are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Okay, let's start. Now I'm going to ask you a few questions about you to give me a better idea of your daily routine and
Okay.
possible challenges or supports related to your eating patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first, are you a sophomore, freshman, junior, senior?
Sophomore.
Sophomore, okay. You said you're interested in eating a balanced diet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do you live on campus or off campus?
On campus.
Oh, all on campus, okay. And so you, do you commute? I mean, you live on
No,
campus?
on
No.
campus.
Okay. And how often do you buy meals on like a typical Monday to Friday? Outside, like on campus or a restaurant?
Oh gosh. Maybe like a small snack, like one snack during
Small
the day.
snack. How about like in terms of meals? Not really,
No,
since
not
it's
on
like very
Mondays.
convenient to eat on
Yeah.
campus. Okay, so would you say never or rarely?
I would say rarely.
Rarely,
Yeah.
okay. And how about buying a meal on like a Saturday, Sunday outside?
I would say often. I mean, pretty often, yeah.
Okay. So often. And you said snacks. You often buy snacks on outside?
Yes.
Often, okay.
Yeah.
And so now I'm gonna total your response.
Okay.
So in general, how often would you say you eat meals and snacks outside? Rarely, sometimes, often?
I'd say sometimes.
Okay. So sometimes. Thank you for answering all the questions. Now we're gonna conduct a 24-hour diet recall. It's a 3-step system. So first I'm gonna ask you to tell me what you ate and drank the first thing you woke up yesterday morning,
Okay.
and then until the time you went to bed.
Okay.
And then second, I'm gonna ask you about the details. For example, methods of preparation, like how you prepared it, and the amount you've consumed.
Okay.
And then lastly, I'm gonna have these models here. And then it's basically gonna help you, when you know your exact proportion
Okay.
size. Yeah, oops, sorry. Okay. Alright, let's start. So what was the first thing you ate when you woke up yesterday?
I had black coffee, about a cup and a half, and 2 pieces of toast with like half a tablespoon of butter total.
And so it was toasted, and was it white bread? wheat
Sourdough.
bread? Sourdough, okay. Okay, and did you, you said 1.5 cup of black coffee, right?
Yeah,
And how many slices of toast, or just
2
one?
slices.
Two slices. And how much butter did you use? You can use these models to
let's see.
give you a better idea.
Definitely not that much. That would be bad. I think like that much.
That much?
Yeah.
So like a dice size for 2 slices of sourdough toast.
Yeah.
Okay. And what time was that?
About 7 a.m.
7 a.m. And it was at home, right?
Right.
And is there anything else that you eat for breakfast?
I think that was. Oh, and like
Or eat or drink?
like half cup of strawberries.
Oh,
I was like, I don't think I survived off of toast for that long.
okay. Okay. Trying to think of what else. Did you put creamer or no? I know it's no sugar, but.
No creamer, nothing,
No,
just
okay.
the.
And then what was the next thing you ate after
I
that?
had one of those like pre-packaged salads that you get at like Safeway, and I had that around 11.
11. Salad.
And then I also had like this much water. I think this is like, I want to say this is. It doesn't say on it. I wish it did. Maybe on the
Oh, it
bottom.
didn't.
Oh, you know what? It does.
Maybe just say
24
20.
fluid ounces.
Ooh, awesome, thank you.
Yeah. I was like, I know you guys need as precise as you can get.
So you had that, so 20, it's just water, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you had that with a salad?
Yeah.
Did you add anything else to the salad? Like dressing?
It came with dressing. It was like, maybe like this much dressing. Because it was all, you know how they have like the little like quadrants,
Mhm.
like on top of it, it was like chopped pecans. One of the sections was dressing, one of the sections was cheese, and the other section was, it looked like dried quinoa, but I really don't know what it was. It was like some sort of like dried grain. It was good, but I don't know what it was.
And some grains.
Sort of crispy.
Yeah, it was
Has
like,
a crispiness and
yeah.
just maybe like
Was it
a
couscous?
crispy rice.
It wasn't couscous. It was like the shape of what quinoa is.
It's
But
the
it-
same size as well.
Same shape, same size, but it was just like dried. I'm not really sure what it was.
I'm not too sure. What was the dressing like? Was it just vinaigrette or?
It was, I think it was definitely Thousand Island. I think it was Italian dressing.
Italian? And then chopped pecans, you said it was just like a small handful?
Yeah,
How
just
much
like
did you
a-
say?
like-
a 10 as well too? Yeah, so
It's a little.
what kind of cheese was it, do you remember?
Um,
Cheddar cheese? else did you ate during that time?
After, like, at like 2 o'clock, I had, half of a quesadilla, so just like a tortilla, Mexican cheese.
Half of a quesadilla. Cheddar cheese?
Mm-hmm. So it was like one normal sized tortilla, just like folded in half.
Oh,
With like maybe a third a cup of cheese in there.
okay. Would you say the tortilla was like,
Like this big, yeah, and then it like folded in half, so half this plate.
anything else you had at 2 p.m.?
8 ounces of water.
Okay, and at 2 p.m., where did you have your
That was at
lunch?
home.
At home.
Yeah. Got back from class.
Okay. And the 11 a.m. was at home or outside?
That was outside. That was like when I was in breaks between classes.
Okay. So, at school?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you eat anything, snacks or dinner after that?
I had dinner after that. I had dinner at around 8 o'clock, I want to say.
8 p.m.? Okay. And at home?
Yeah.
What did you eat?
I had like a third cup of boiled carrots,
Boiled. Okay.
half a cup, actually full cup of just pasta, and one chicken breast. It was a decently small sized chicken breast. That helps.
Would you say, can you use tomatoes to give me a...
Actually, the cheesecake
The
was pretty
cheesecake?
good. Yeah, it was about like that big.
Okay. Size of a cheese, size of slice cheesecake. And did you prepare it yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you put any salt or oil,
Yeah,
pepper?
I cooked the chicken just in a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper.
Would you say like about how many teaspoons?
The oil was like,
I don't have a teaspoon size, but...
the oil was like around like that. I don't know if that helps at all. And then salt was literally just like 2 shakes.
2 shakes?
Yeah, like a
A
pinch.
pinch, okay.
And then also like a pinch of pepper as well.
And the oil was just vegetable oil?
Olive oil.
Olive oil. And you said it was kind of like half of the size of the sunny side up?
Yeah.
Okay, and a cup of pasta, chicken breast. Did you eat anything else or drink anything else?
I had another 24 ounces of water. That was it.
24 ounces of water. And that was it for the day until you went to sleep?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your dietary intake with me. Is there anything else that you can think of that you left out at all? Okay, I'm going to summarize this and give you a little bit of review of what
Okay.
you've told me thus far, okay? So at 7 a.m. at home, you had 1.5 cup of black coffee, 2 slices of sourdough toast with butter, and the butter was the size of a dice, and a half cup of strawberries. And then at 11 a.m. at school, you had a salad from Safeway with Italian dressings, pecans, cheddar cheese, and some grains, and they were all like the size of a tennis ball. And you
Or a
had...
ping pong ball.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That would be a lot of I'm like,
Good catch. Ping pong ball. 24 fluid ounces of water with
Yep.
that. And then at 2 p.m. at home, you had 1 quesadilla, and the tortilla was the size of this plate, and 1/3 cup of cheddar cheese, and you had 8 ounces of water. Sounds good? And at 8 p.m., you had 1/3 cup of boiled carrots, 1 cup of pasta, 1 chicken breast the size of the cheesecake, size of a sliced cheesecake, pinch of salt, pepper, olive oil was about 1/2 of the size of the sunny side up egg, and you had 24 ounces of water. And would you say that is like a usual day for you?
That's pretty average.
Pretty average.
Usually I'm a little bit more like, I do like get like snacks.
Mm-hmm.
So bad. Like I eat, like I snack all day long. So this was a pretty good day in terms of not like eating snacks every 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. So I would say pretty good, but if you do snack, what would be like a choice of snack?
I love popcorn.
Oh, popcorn.
Popcorn is like,
Are you talking about like the popcorn you make at home, or like the package you buy and then?
usually I get like there's this popcorn that's like the olive oil and salt from Trader Joe's. I don't know if
Mhm.
you've like seen it, but that's usually the one I get.
So you, is it pre-made or you have to?
It's pre-made.
Oh,
So yeah,
okay.
it's just in the bag. Either that or sometimes, yeah, like the microwavable popcorn.
Oh, okay. Is it kind of like the chip,
plain.
the chip bags?
Yeah.
Like from the chip
Yeah,
aisle?
exactly.
Oh, okay. And that's pretty much what you really like
Yeah.
as a snack. Okay. All right. And so now as a review, now we went through the 24 diet recall. The nutrition topic you said you were interested in the beginning was eating a balanced diet. Is
Mhm.
this something you are still interested in at this point?
Yeah.
Okay, so from the information you shared and related to the topic you selected, we're gonna create a SMART goal.
Okay.
And the SMART goal basically should be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. And a SMART goal should be set by yourself. I'm gonna help you, but it's actually proven to be most successful when you tell me that you're gonna do this.
Mhm.
And then you set it for yourself, and then we can work together. Okay, and in terms of readiness, we have a scale. I'm just gonna tidy up here. So here is a ruler. So 1 being not ready and 10 being ready. From 0 to 10, how ready are you to make this change in terms of eating a more balanced diet?
I'd say an 8.
An 8.
An 8. Yeah.
And how confident are you to make changes if we're to come up with a specific goal?
I think the 9.
9? Okay. So it sounds like that you're at level 3, so it appears that you're at the stage of readiness, which means that you're pretty confident, you're pretty aware of what you can do, and you're ready to make that change. So to better understand how I can help, what do you already know about eating a balanced diet?
I mean, I do know a decent amount from
Oh,
Dr.
from
George's
Dr.
class,
George.
and I'm just gonna watch this and be like, I don't know anything.
You're fine.
Okay. But definitely, carbs are the main portion, then
Mhm.
fats, then protein, and then, like the discretionary calories. For me, I think it would be around like 200 to 300.
200 to 300? Okay.
So
And
now that I know that, I kind of try and base my diet off of that, and then
Mhm.
obviously fruits and veggies can be hard to include, especially on like, the
Yeah.
college budget.
Yeah.
I do my
I
best.
totally agree with you. So based on like what you share with me, right, do you notice like a pattern or a specific thing you might want to improve on based on yesterday's diet specifically?
Based on yesterday's,
Do you think something that you can improve on or you would like to work on?
I
Because then you said you wanted to like incorporate more like fruits, right?
Fruits and veggies, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. I think that's a big one for me.
Yeah, I think you really know what you're lacking or what you can work on. I
Right.
think that's really good. So I think incorporating more fruits is definitely a good way to start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you had some strawberries in the morning, and then in terms of like lunch and dinner, I don't really see much.
Yeah.
So I guess setting a goal for us would maybe incorporating some fruits.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that you like to work on?
I know usually on my like off days, definitely
Oh,
like
yeah.
cut like snacking like all the
Oh.
time. I'm definitely like one of those people who like is kind of like eating small meals throughout the day. Usually it's
Mhm.
not just like the big 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely like I overeat on my snacks. Like it's like I'll run through a whole bag of like the little like goldfish packages, even
Oh,
though it's
yeah.
like 6 servings in one, and I'll be like, I'll look at the back and I'll be like, what do they mean? Like I just ate this whole thing.
Yeah, I definitely know what you're trying to say because we're like
I think
in the
we're
same
all
boat.
guilty
Yeah,
of that.
guilty, yes, very guilty of that. But have you were there like any successes in like reaching a more balanced diet? What are like some routines that you try to do?
Planning out my meals.
Planning
I
your-
think, yeah, kind of like meal prep or like just like have an idea of like, okay, when I go home, it's like I've got these 3 things lined up for dinner, got the carrots, got the pasta, got the chicken, whatever it is that night. And so like when I know what I'm gonna eat is what I make better choices. And it's like
Yeah.
sometimes I'll go home for lunch and I'll be like, oh, like, you know, ramen noodles are easy or like
Mhm.
whatever, and I'll just like eat 3 things that are like, ooh, probably should have done that.
Yeah, would you say living on campus definitely helped a lot? Because I know a lot of students don't.
Commute, yeah,
Yeah.
I think definitely living on campus
Yeah.
gives me an advantage because it's like I have my own kitchen like 10 minutes away, like
Yeah.
for my first
I
class.
think time definitely helps with getting over that barrier.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people commute and the commute and that stuff is
painful.
not the greatest.
Yeah.
That we can say. Okay, so I do want to set a goal. So let's see. I do want to provide you with some information about eating a balanced diet. Is that okay?
Mhm.
Okay. So I think you have seen this before. The My Plate from
Yes.
Dr. George. Okay.
It's nice to have a little handout though, now I can like get some ideas.
Yeah. So we already established that we're gonna work on the fruits,
Mm-hmm.
and then let me see. Based on this model, My Plate, what would you say another thing, or you think it's okay, or you think you can possibly work on?
I mean, I noticed for myself, I don't have that much dairy in my diet. I should
Dairy, okay.
probably do something about that.
Yeah, I can give you some
Oh,
tips.
I do have
Mhm.
cheese. Okay, cheese. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
some
some of that.
cheese. Other options for dairy are
That's
cereals. If you decide to have some cereal for breakfast,
Mhm.
almond milk is also a good choice. If you can have leafy greens and calcium fortified juices.
Okay.
Yes. So yogurt, cheese, low-fat milk, fat-free milk. And also I noticed something that I want to point out is you don't really like drink a lot of like sweetened beverages, which that is a really good
I know I
habit.
don't, and
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just one of those people who like I don't like over sweet things. Like I used to love candy like when I was little, but like as I've like grown up, I'm like I'd rather have like a piece of like dark chocolate instead of like a ton of, you know, Sour Patch Kids or whatever. But yeah, I rarely drink kind of sodas and stuff like that. You know, if I am gonna drink like a juice or something, it'll be like cranberry juice or like orange juice.
Yeah. I think it's really good that you definitely are aware of what you're doing and what you're eating to eating a balanced diet. But we do need to set a goal, a really specific goal.
Okay.
So what is preventing you from eating fruits in terms of what we just talked about?
I think just like putting it in my fridge,
Like
it
grocery
sits
shopping?
there and like I forget about it and then it like rots.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like not eating it in time, which I guess I should just commit to like going to the grocery store like 3 times a week,
Mhm.
just for like fruits and veggies, so it doesn't just sit there and like go bad. I think I could definitely do that, and like, I mean, it takes me like 5 minutes to walk to Trader Joe's. Like,
Oh yeah, it's so close.
I know, I should just be like, come on, like, you can do it.
So you said you will commit to going to the grocery shopping like 3 times?
3 times a
3
week,
times a week
like, pick up,
to the grocery.
yeah, and I'll just buy like in small portions, like I'll get like 2 apples and like a thing of blackberries and then, you know, whatever vegetables.
And then, what else? Would you say, you are pretty like diligent in getting grocery, like a variety, or do you need like someone to help you or remind you?
I feel like I'm pretty good about
You're
it.
pretty good
yeah.
about it. Okay, so I guess just kind of like writing that grocery list.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's pretty good. Before like going shopping. Okay, is there anything else you want to add in terms of things you want to improve on, or things where you're concerned?
Maybe eat some more whole grains.
Maybe
I
some
could
whole grains?
probably do that a little better.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I like eating sourdough way better, like wheat bread and stuff like that.
Yeah, there are some portion sizes
Okay.
guidelines you can follow if you don't really know how much you should be consuming. It also really depends on if you're more active, then
Yeah.
you know you can increase your calorie intake, and really based on your personalized diet and active lifestyle. And you said whole grains, right? So I do want to maybe give you some helpful tips on that.
Okay.
So the goal is to make half of your grains whole grain,
Mm-hmm.
and when you buy bread, you want to look for whole grain at the first ingredient, foods label with multigrain, stone ground, 100% wheat, cracked wheat, 7-grain or bran are usually not whole grain products. Colors are deceiving, don't assume it's whole grain because it is brown.
That's good to know. I didn't know that.
And so you're aware that you should eat more whole grains? Do you know why whole grains are better, or why refined grains are less nutritious?
Well, they're more nutrient dense.
Yeah, so refined grains have been milled, a process that removes the bran and germs, so it removes the irons, many of the B vitamins,
Okay.
and then some of vitamins are added back to refined grains, but not fiber. So
Right.
you're definitely looking for the fiber for your overall digestive system. Okay. I think that is about it, unless you want a little bit more about the fruits and vegetables. So the fruits, it's like vegetables, you want to eat like a variety of color, so make sure that you are eating enough of the nutrients. Oh yeah, so
No,
this is-
I like this, I'm gonna like
Mhm.
hang it up on my fridge and then
Yeah,
like